and welcome Andy back to Trails of Cold Steel. We are now probably on the final part of Chapter 5. We're going off to Guerrilla Fortress. I fucking missed a book. At least, look, missing a book I can actually get back later because of the pawn shop thing. I've done it before. But the other shit, you can't. So it's fine if we miss that, I guess. Everyone's gonna say goodbye to us. Hey Laura, save us a lunch please take it. Thank you. Thank you. I'm sure it'll be delicious. Hope you enjoy it. Oh, we packed enough for your lady friends too. Wait, what about us? You must have a mild protest, I suppose. It's okay, we won't forgive you if you get too close to Lady Laura. At least you blithely forget. Take these as a helpful reminder. Damn. I don't think I need anyone to clue me into what they're implying. Unless this Patreon and gag will be annoying right to the very end. Yes. I'm really in debt for saving him. I'm fine. There doesn't have to worry, right? Yeah, dude. I bet if you told me my son disappeared into a glowing castle full of fucking curses that I too would be very concerned. Can't thank you enough for taking care of him. Sorry, I'm not reading all the little things. I think that's it. I don't think anything else I do, so. I'll take Guerrilla Fortress to go. She's gonna have a little time when the next section leaves. What should we do? It might be best just waiting the transition until train arrives. Yeah. Let's go inside. I'm kind of thinking I should turn Reen into his pajamas, just for the last chapter. We need to take switch to Guerrilla Fortress too. Hey, Eustace, want to buy some snacks? Buy your own food. Lively as ever, I see. Let's head in then. I know my voices don't sound very different from each other. Please forgive me, man. Train in the background so if you hear it. Celine, you gotta get your ass in this train. Sorry, I have to answer this. I'll take Guerrilla Fortress to go. Which, Guerrilla Fortress is the one that, well, I think it says the border Crossbell, right? But I swear that Guerrilla Fortress is the one in Liberal, unless I'm just, I know it's the one in Crossbell, so what was the Liberal ones? Dude, I'm already losing my memory of the Sky map. It makes me sad, even though I love Sky so much. I never forget the characters, but I might forget those weird things. Ooh, I can see the castle light for a second. Wait, it's gone again. Well, the forest is quite dense around here. Still, we saw a lot of weird things in that castle. It was one thing after another from the moment we walked through the door. What are you looking at me for? Never mind. That's pretty great. Did you have much fun in the life field studies? I just wish it was a little longer. Those 2 days went by so quickly. Well, the field study isn't over. We're on our way to our next location, so don't relax just yet. Looks like I must say farewell to the ground once again for the time being. I was expecting to, but I can't but feel a little homesick already. I can understand why. It's a really welcoming place. I never get the same sense that social classes were keeping people apart. True. It seems a place that we nobles could learn much from. I'd definitely like to visit again in the future. It'd be great to bring Fee and the others next time, too. No, I'm more than welcome in the Gram anytime. I can only hope I'll continue to learn and grow between now and when I return next. I said, until my next return, but whatever. After leaving our Gram, we changed trains at Berea Hart Station and rode the Cruisin' main line north, heading toward Keldig. It's Cruisin', right? Or Cruisin'? I think it was. It's so weird because there's a train going here, but I can hear the train in the background. It's like fucking me up. Alberea Duke Dom. What a name. I'm trying to take in the map. I'm trying to remember things. It really bothers me that I can't remember what the Liberal ones are again. I'll have to look it up. Alright, let's go over our schedule again. We're currently on route to Keldig, where we'll rendezvous with Group B. From there, we'll take the Transcontinental Railroad to Guerrilla Fortress on the Empire's eastern border. Guerrilla Fortress is one of the Imperial Army's largest strongholds. Sometimes referred to as the wall that protects the nation from the threat of the Cavalry Republic. Numbers ludicrously, I can't say that, gigantic, almost an icon of military excess. It also houses the 2 railway guns and has a military exercise ground on the premises. Weren't those weapons that Gwen said you were good at constructing? Yeah, those are 2 massive orbital cannons pointed toward the east of Calvard. More specifically, they're aimed at the buffer zone between us and them, Crossbell State. They are pretty crazy, yeah. It's like you're looking at a mountain of iron. I was pretty overwhelmed when I first saw them. Wait. You've actually seen the railway guns in person? Yeah, Graf took Claire, Lecter, and me to see them this one time. And the mighty weapons were up by the hands of men since a great collapse. Would you consider what it means that such weapons have been placed here? Well, something like that anyway. To consider what it means? He has a further dramatic, I'll give you than that. Come to think of it, today's the day, isn't it? The day the Chancellor is scheduled to depart for Crossbell with Prince Olivert. Guess the jury conference kind of stuck up us on it, huh? And I guess my lecture's going too. I'm going to Crossbell. Supposed to be a famous theater group there. They have a huge theme park, right? I miss everybody already. That's what I've heard, though. You probably know about it than I do. Apparently, President Toa is going as part of the entourage to further her studies. Really, she never fails to impress. I hear she's getting job offers from a bunch of different companies ready to hire her right after graduation. Well, she does merit the high esteem people lavish on her. She's a part of the academy. Yeah, I suppose she is. She's awesome. Straight up. 9:30. Okay, I have chocolate milk, so I'm gonna try to just mix this without being annoying. I have a knife in it to mix it up with real good, but whatever. All passengers disembarking here, could please exit the platform via the bridge. We do not approach the rope bearers on platform 1. I get it. Can we get out of this? Reservation to travel on the contract to the road. Please wait on platform 2. Train stations really be like that, though. Like, the fucking Amtrak is like, get on, get off. They don't fucking, they're literally like, you better show up at that fucking time or else. What's going on here? Well, the security feels kind of ominous. It seems we're meant to be guarding the opposite platform. Yeah, I wonder if...
Well, isn't this quite the coincidence?
Hello. Claire. Yep.
Captain Claire!
I like when they talk.
Oh, it's Claire! Did you come to see me?
Just a coincidence, I'm afraid. Eisengraf will be passing through here soon, so this station's operating under heightened security.
Oh, right!
Still, I'm happy to see you again. It's been, what, 2 months since I last saw you?
She was attached to Captain Claire. Yeah, almost like sisters. Hard to believe both of them are Ironbloods. Anyway, good day, everyone. I thank you again for all your help during the recent crisis in Heimdall. Don't worry about it. We submitted our duties to citizens of the Empire. More importantly, what's the meaning of all this extra security? What is that Eisengraf you mentioned? As in Iron Count, right? Huh, you'll see what I mean soon enough. I need to better her voice. Not that I'm good at this. Any passenger at high-speed travels on the platform are advised to exercise caution. That's the nobility train? A special express train. Couldn't be. Ah, right on time. Damn, this shit's so fast shakes the whole goddamn station. Toa and the principal. There's Toa. And there's Prince Olivert. I love this. There you go. Okay, I just thought about this too. Bye, bitch. The Chancellor didn't ever actually go to the venue, though. So he got put on the train to go there, but he never showed up at the thing, so what the fuck was he doing? Interesting. So that was Eisengraf. Kind of think of it, I've heard rumors of a special Crimson train. It's supposedly reserved for use by members of the Imperial government. I know it before, it's really fast. It's pretty fancy inside, too. Eisengraf, or the Iron Counts in the common parlance, was so titled in honor of Chancellor Osborne himself. Well, I do him called the Blood Iron Chancellor all the time, so I'm going to show him the iron part. But isn't the Chancellor a commoner by birth? He is indeed. However, he was granted the title of Viscount by His Majesty when he was made Chancellor 11 years ago. Supposedly, that's the train to be given the name shortly thereafter. I see. But, okay, well, I guess Olivier, what? Is he just like... I'm guessing Olivier's dad is the king of the Empire, as far as I'm understanding. But the next crown prince is not Olivier, but his brother. Which is also interesting. Is that how it always works? I went on the assumption that the chair, like if you were in a kingdom, that it got passed to your firstborn. Does it get passed to your lastborn? I don't know. I doubt he of all people sees any worth in titles or peerage. Green? Yeah. Is something bothering you? Your attention seems elsewhere. So feeling tired after yesterday? No, not really. I just happened to catch a glimpse of Toe and Prince Oliver on the trains that passed by. Wow, it's nice you could make them out. You must have a hot sight to be able to see them when the Isengard whooshed by so quickly. It's probably just coincidence. As more than just glanced out, I could see them clearly, in detail. What was that just now? Well, as long as you're not feeling unwell. We'd like to thank all passengers for caution of today's security measures. Transcontinental Railway Service bound for Crossbell State, now arriving on platform 2. Here it comes. Looks like we didn't have to wait long after all. That's an interesting train honk noise, but alright. I think I have to pin up my hair in a second. That's cool. Let me show you the little, like, board. Sissy. Come on. File out of here. Get out of here, y'all. Hey, guys! Hey, there they are. Ringing over here. Come on, we haven't got all day. We saved you some seats. We saved you some seats as they got out from all of them. I guess Crow would be there, right? Well, excuse us, Captain. See you later, Claire! Of course, have a safe trip, everyone. There he is. Oh, Sarah's here, too. Whoa! What's that classy-looking babe? Ugh, should have stayed on the train. I wonder... I'm guessing Sarah hates him because he knows the Chancellor's a piece of shit and she doesn't get why he's working for her. But there's definitely something I feel like going on under the scenes, though, because, like I said, it seems like all of the Chancellor's right-hand men, either, like Milliam, I don't think is really recognizing what's actually happening in the world, and she's also young. But, like I said, Lecter and stuff like that, too, they're helping out people who are disobeying the Chancellor. And, like, well, making his life harder, rather. Not really disobeying him because he didn't give orders. But you know what I mean? So, like, it kind of seems like there's something else to all of that. Seek word from Squad 8. None unusual has been detected near the Twin Dragons Bridge. We've also received word from Squad 21. They're all high-speed armor cars in position. Understood. Remain vigilant until Isengard's finished passing through. Once we reach this Crossbell City, have all squads switch to Phase D. Yes, Sam. Should they appear liberation will show themselves. They will. I'm certain of it. Oh boy, did they do. That's because, like I said, that's why... Like I said, I will spoil the previous games in the chronological order, because I've been playing them like that, so, you know, if you've missed them, you can go back and watch them. You can always look up a synopsis. Although, it doesn't make it hit as hard if you don't actually watch them and see all the little things going on. I see, so isn't that Group quite an eventful couple of days, too? Yeah, though I find it hard to believe you could have seen the ghost of Lion Sandlot. It's ridiculous, or she was just hallucinating or something. You think whatever you like. We totally saw her, I swear! Well, ghost or not, there was definitely someone there besides us. Anyway, that's enough about ghosts and spirits for the time being. I'm more concerned about the affairs of the living, like where Tobal and the Radiant Blade Master went. Sounds like Duquesne is up to something too, and he's not something we can afford to take lightly. We didn't have anything like that in the Dry Special Economic Zone, though I guess that makes sense, seeing as it's kind of the direct control of the Imperial government and not a noble. I seem to recall that was annexed 8 years ago, is that right? Yeah, the Empire stitched it on nice and neat without much opposition. Not surprised when the Special Economic Zone on the coast. It's like a pretty lively place. And the review generated taxes that go directly to the Empire government's coffers, so the pockets of the nobility. It's hardly a mystery other farmers think so highly of it. Well, that aside, we're all concerned about the upcoming trade conference in Crossbell. Same goes for the Imperial Liberation Front. They've been off the questions that show they put in last month. Now you mention it, it does seem rather suspicious. It's not related somehow to why we're going to Grillia Fortress. Well, it's not the main reason, but it's entirely unrelated. Just look forward to finding all about the fortress itself. Anyway, how many of you passed the Grillia Fortress by train before? I see. Just us, huh? Can't wait to see everyone's first reactions. True. Why's that? Well, I've seen in photographs at least. Can't actually really capture how ridiculous it is. Yep, it's supposed to be this macho gateway to the Empire, but it seems like it's trying way too hard. Oh, what's that supposed to mean? The gateway to the Empire, one of the largest military bases in the country. I look forward to the chance to see it in person then. Twin Dragons? Okay. So yeah, nothing's happening there. So they're trying to see you, they're trying to track them. Which means that they think something's going to happen at Grillia Fortress. Which is interesting. I wonder where they got that intel. Shit's wild. I'm really excited to get to 2. So reading your customer continues right on the transcontinental line, heading towards the east. They pass through Twin Dragons Bridge, a Crucian provincial army base, and several stations later, it was finally time to pass through Greeley Fortress, which loomed large on the border with Crossbell State. I'm trying my best to slow down, guys. I know I speak so. It's just how I talk, man. It's just how I talk. Mr. Rose wishes to thank all passengers for their patronage. Next stop is Greeley Fortress. Greeley Fortress. The train will stop for 5 minutes. Please aware that only authorized personnel may disembark at this station. Be advised that all over photography is strictly prohibited within the fortress as punishable by imperial law. Any attempt at unauthorized recording may result in the confiscation of equipment or detention by authorities. Wow, that's kind of... It's not pretty safe for a train announcement. Well, we are passing through a military facility. I don't think they're being unreasonable. I really think that's the issue here. I'm not sure having that be one of the first things foreign visitors here gives a very good impression of the country. Oh, we're friendly here. What an idiot's name is that? What do you mean? The Greeley What do you mean? What is that? The fortress we're going to? I think I have to pull my hair back now. Eastern border. Greeley Fortress. Just to pull back a little bit. Just so this doesn't keep falling in my face. What's Greeley Fortress okay, wait, I'm really sorry. I think one was, okay, wait, liberal, I don't remember. I can't find it unless I go dig for it, so. Skill is just, this is Greeley Fortress? The entire place is built from iron and concrete? Just how much money is the army dumped in building all of this? Yep, as about as any train as I'd hope. Not that I'm surprised, as I was thinking when I first saw it. On the Crossbell side, you can see it's a cliff, though. Yeah, but those two really guns to poke out through it. Hey, instructor, what did you bring us out here to show us? What else? Here's you can see the true essence of what makes an army. What compromises the military strength and form its foundation? And what are the first empires on display as clearly as here? I'm really excited though to see like where Cold Steel goes because like Sky, you know, the introduced to Sky, there's all this stuff, and obviously there's like it just gets crazier from there. You know, you get introduced to the society and like you learn a lot more about them, and then going to Azure, it mixes more of like the politics of the world, even though you already know it was rough from liberal the things, especially in 2, just like with Olivia and stuff. And like you already saw it was getting complicated and how the Chancellor wasn't really a good guy, especially in Sky 3. But then like 0 kind of builds into like, you know, talking about how they're the middle and like how they really focus on like the politics of the world and how like it's really destroying like Crossbell and like all those things. And so it's just interesting where this one will go because, like, it seems like, you know, it's showing them, but, like, especially at the end of this one, it's like, what the fuck happens after this? So, I've been waiting, you know, over a year, maybe 2 at this fucking point, to get to Trails Cold Steel 2, so. Who are they? Engineers and tradesmen, mostly. See a lot of them around here. Keeping the fortress aside some money is a full-time job for more than just the military's people. So it seems, it's almost like its own town here. I bet this is a sweet job. Notice how the fortress is more or less a straight shot to Crossbell, right? To think that such a bustling center of trade is so close to a massive military facility like this. Yeah, Crossbell is only about 30 minutes by train. On top of the fortress, you can even see the skyscraper where the trade conference is going to take place.
I see you've arrived.
Hello, Nightheart.
Oh, Instructor Nightheart.
Good morning, Major Nightheart. Instructor Valestine of Thor's Military Academy, homeroom teacher for Class 7, reporting the arrival of myself and all students in my care.
Acknowledging your arrival at 11:30 hours. Welcome to Greeley Fortress.
Military shit is so
In addition to
weird.
my teaching duties at the Academy, I hold the rank of Major in the Imperial Army's 4th Armored Division. I'll be acting as your guide, as well as your instructor for special lectures during your time here at the fortress.
Also, this is so relevant, but Liberal is, like, so amazing when you think about it. Like, the next crown, you know, Chloe being the next crown prince mixed with Cassie rejoining the army for Liberal is so, I'm sure that's definitely going to come back and play. They wouldn't have just been like, oh, by the way, he's joined the military, and then, like, fucked off with it if it wasn't important. So it's very interesting to also see how that will come in, kind of, like, knowing that, like, Crossbell is obviously not run really at all, because it can't be. Because of these 2 talents, but then seeing all the structure of like the bad military
Now,
that
if you'll
is going
follow
on
me.
here, or especially stuff with Jaegers and the Chancellor. So so we all just gonna like spend the night here, or don't I don't know if this looks familiar to you guys yet. I got one boy with his toes out, one girl with her toes out. I just can't. I think it's so funny. He puts on the PJs with no shoes. It's great. I mean, I guess you're not wearing shoes when you get in your bed, but it's just so. It's still so funny to me. Oh, okay. Including today, you have 2 days remaining for field studies. However, I won't be assigning you to any tasks during that time. Instead, you'll be participating in a series of special lectures and a field trip. Field trip here? So what does this entail, instructor? At 1400 hours today, a joint military exercise will be taking place at Gurley's Proving Grounds. 4th and 5th Armored Division will both be participating. We'll be observing it. We're gonna watch a military exercise? The 4th Armored Division, huh? 4th Armored Division is led by none other than Elliot's dad, Lieutenant General Olaf Craig. By all accounts, one of the strongest armored divisions in the Imperial Army. Do you know our friend the Major here is the most promising young member? It's true. Moving on. As I said, you will only be observing this exercise, not actively participating. I imagine that's some of you feeling rather relieved, doesn't it? Does sound like a pretty easy assignment after all. Suppose you only feel after saying exercise feelings for yourselves. It's all for me. It is currently 11:50 hours. Lunch has been prepared for you in the mess hall. Advise you all to eat. Your field trip is something to be undertaken on an empty stomach. Undertaken? Oh, I guess like, okay. That's a weird way of saying that. I like how he's just sitting by himself all the way at the end. So, this food. We have salted corned beef, and I think I'm getting headed peas from the soup. You can use this bread as a lethal projectile. I do think it would have hurt to use a few more herbs, or flavors in general. Calling this edible would be generous. I have plenty of the food they said they found me, but I wouldn't guess that'll be true. Huh, didn't view this in the mess hall at Center Gate was all that bad, though. I don't think it would kill them to start something a little more appetizing. It was the exact same thing they served when I came here with my class last year. Probably the same batch, too. By the looks of it, really brings back memories. I was pretty surprised the first time Dad brought me here, too. Huh, guess I think it's that bad? It brings memories from you, too. Thanks for some cheese and an apple. Food design makes use of common ingredients that are easy to preserve and store. Ingredients used to make all the food in our trains can easily stockpile in large quantities. So even if I were to break out, a meal like this could still be served without any trouble. Oh, so that explains it. I see. So I may serve simple food sometime to avoid the decrease in morale from wartime rationing? Well, not all the time. However, one could think of this food as a philosophical statement from the continent's strongest armies, since it suggests that soldiers live and work each day as though a war effort depends on them. Every day? So this would be just as tense during times of peace as during times of war. Well, it's a bit too much mind over matter idealism for my taste, but it's worth being aware of. There's a word of respect in the mix here. The food which armies serve is actually pretty good. Good enough so you can't help but wonder how they'd cope if an actual war to ever break out. Well, it's not like serving good food means you have a crappy army. Your neighbor Liberal serves us some pretty tasty food in their army. Liberal's army is fairly elite. Probably because the thought of being neighbors to the Empire keeps them tense. I feel a little conflicted hearing you say that. Well, these things are all about finding a good balance. Variety is the spice of life, you know. If you do nothing but dual blend full of time, well, you know what they say. You are to eat. You could do with a few of your pithy remarks on my diet, Instructor Valentine. Anyway, as you heard, there's going to be a military exercise at the Proving Ground at 2 in the afternoon today. It's 12:30 right now, so you have an hour to do whatever you like. Then we can announce that half an hour before, so be sure to listen for it and do whatever it tells you. Understood. So, when you say whatever you like, does that mean we get toward the fortress? Of course, you're welcome to run as long as you don't poke your nose in restricted areas. So we're going to explore this point we're seeing here, like the command center. So if you're feeling a little tired from your field studies so far, you're welcome to rest in your rooms. You shouldn't waste such a valuable opportunity. I suppose I should at least get a general overview of the fortress. Okay, I have to... Oh, I already have that, because it says buy Imperial Chronicle, but I don't think you can buy the Chronicles once you got the first time. Excuse you. God, I can't stop yawning. If only you could go any faster, yeah. You can't do Cornelia or Imperial Chronicles again, but you can get Red Moon Rose. I'm still mad that I missed one, but... Okay. So, yeah, we're looking around. We're here. This is the kitchen, whatever they call this. Cafeteria. That's the word I was looking for. And then... This is... I'm guessing the girls' room? Come on. Oh, you're taking a rest, Emma? I did take a short walk around, but everything about this fortress is so imposing. I feel a little faint. I feel you there. I can't even now. It's hard to believe she's the same person who's almost single-handedly got us through that castle. Marie? Nah, never mind. But there is one thing I've been bothering me lately. Ever since we haven't really Graham, I feel like just out of the corner of my eye, I catch a glimpse of a small black shadow following us. Ever since we the fortress, I haven't seen it. Really? Maybe you were possessed by something. Possessed? Yeah, because it's kind of an unsettling thought. It is, isn't it? I'm glad I tried to go back when we reached Celtic. I really want to know who the cat is. Like, it's obviously a person because she's fucking talking to it. But, like, I want to know so bad. Unless, I refuse to believe that there is just a magical, actual talking cat. Like, I know, like, there's the girl falcon that, like, Chloe has. But, like, it doesn't actually, like, speak at all. And, like, she understands it, but it's just, like, her being like, okay. And then take this siege, you know? Oh, yeah, talking to Call about Heavenly Graham. Seen a mechanical monster show up outside the city limits? Yeah, it's a little pretty concerned when we first mentioned it to him, too. Do you know anything about them? Well, I'm not sure it's the group that makes them. They go by the name Ouroboros. Secret society sorts of acts in the shadows all across the continent. Secret society? We don't know how many members are, what they're capable of. Honestly, we don't know much about them at all. What we do know is that they have access to technology, more advanced than most cutting-edge research institutes. They're behind several crises that have threatened to shake the foundations of entire nation-states. These are the people who made those monsters? If I hadn't seen them with my eyes, I find it hard to swallow, but there's no denying what we saw out there. Well, you don't need to come to grips with it just yet. Clever monsters like the ones you guys fought, archaisms. And lately, it seems like a whole lot of them have made their way to the black market. It's been one sighting after another these days, all over the Empire and beyond. Wow, that's heavy. Does that mean there's a chance they might be plotting something here in Arbonia? Just in your opinion, I mean. Well, let's check anything about them. Doesn't necessarily mean that at all. There have been cases where we know that they put archaisms out in the wild purely to test their abilities, for example. Still, it's something to keep in the back of your mind at least. I'll be sure to let the others know too. Okay. Did I go in the boys' room? Sorry, I'm gonna make sure there's no chests anywhere. Hey, girls. I never the fortress for my father, but seeing it in person really does drive home its incredible scale. Oh yeah, your father helps train the Imperial Army in swordsmanship, doesn't he? I can see why he's so busy. He's going around training all the soldiers in places this massive. Indeed, I feel like the reality of that is finally sinking in for me as well. I have no idea how his teachings are actually being applied, though. Perhaps I have the opportunity to find out during today's military training exercise. I'm looking forward to it. Soldiers here is pretty well trained. Pretty well equipped, too. Like you'd expect from the Empire's biggest fortress. You've put in some serious prep time if you want to topple it. Fee, I'm not sure that's something you should say within earshot of the soldiers. All the habits die hard. That's true. What is this? I think you have to talk to, like, everybody. Oh shit, there's a chest over here? Wait, on the other side? Oh, okay. Okay. Well, we'll have to come back to that. I'm really bad at, like, knowing the maps. What is this? Oh, this is the next area. Wait, I think if I go... I don't want it to start me, so we're not going to go there yet. This is their yeah, tank... I think it said... I literally think it said tank garage. So look, this is a hangar for tanks and armored cars. Kind of staggering to see so many lined up in one place. So then, like, fitting the all tanks to see units today's military exercise. Can you leave? I've been at this all night. I was so much a minute shy. I wasn't going to sleep like no one's ever slept before. So our technology... I'm not entirely sure to feel seeing this many oxygens lined up like this. Every company makes these, don't they? Unfortunately so. She'll be using them for this military exercise too. As far as I can tell, to be put against the older automated models. That sounds pretty brutal. No takes won't stand a chance. Well, that's kind of the point. They want to show off just how easy the oxygens can dominate them. We don't get a chance to go eyes on this stuff every day. Take the way to see for myself just how competent they are. Oh, that's just like her. Yeah. I'm not looking forward to this. Never seen any military exercise before, right, Reen? Yes, my first time. I take it you have then. Yeah, I just remember when last time you brought me out here. I just want to join the military, but I don't think I'll be suited for the way he is. I get where you're coming from. Everybody's sad the more curious I get. My daughter's turning 3 soon. Dad will be home soon. That's just gonna make me sad. Experience, have a lot of maintenance. There's something I'm looking for. Okay. She's called now. We got hooked up with their anchor to ask it to test it out. Gotta say, it's pretty darn impressive. You can exit whenever you want. Yeah, we got that. Well, good for them. Okay. Let's go back. She connects weird. Command area? No. Okay, well, whatever. Was that everybody? Well, besides the people up here. Oh, it's... Okay. Sorry, I need to save. What's the lowest? Resistance came to toward the fortress. Yes, sir. He's wearing up his uniform. I wonder if he's... So Lieutenant General Walter, commander of the Guerrilla Fortress. He also serves as division commander for the 5th Army Division, which is stationed here. I apologize for greeting you sooner, sir. Thank you for granting us the opportunity to tour the fortress. It really is an honor. Well, at least you don't like any manners. Hardly built like a soldier, though. How might that to be able to enter the military training regiment with a physique like that? Sure you trained them properly, Major. My apologies, sir. Though here the Academy has a former bracer as a common instructor, they must really be scraping bottom. I've heard of the purple lining before, of course, but a bracer is still a bracer. Leaving such an important role in the hands of civilians is ridiculous. The famous Thor's isn't what it used to be. Well, no surprise here. It's like he fills in every box on the checklist for a stereotypical Imperial Army soldier. Anyways, Fortress Commander, let me know welcome to Guerrilla. Keep in mind, though, that we're constantly alert for potential threats from the east. I have no problem with your class conducting your field study here, but see that you don't get in the way. Of course, sir. Very well, take my leave here, as I have business to attend to. He's certainly strict. Well, he is responsible for keeping one of the Empire's most vital defensive fortifications running smoothly. Considering the ongoing tensions between the Empire and the Republic, you should be grateful he allowed you to come at all. Won't forget it. No, I'm afraid I excuse myself as well. I'm not going to try the rest of the fortress, but don't try to enter the command center. Of course, good luck with your work. I'll see you later then. Okay. So I'm missing someone? I'm taking it? Oh, I just have to go to the next area. Excuse me. Okay, I lost. There's no way to explore past here. Understandable game. I will not do it then. Okay, there we go. I went to the roof. So there's another thing to see. Looks like this is Fortress Airport. Might be a day when I find myself in a military airship. Is this like foreshadowing for the future games? Don't let me forget this, guys. Okay, that's who I missed talking to. There we go. Found you guys. Crazy, really is night and day. Yeah, it's hard to imagine any places more diametrically opposed. What's wrong, you two? Oh, we're just talking about the difference this place is to your eye. Your eye's super lively, but this place? Of course, having withdrawals now somewhere without easy access to casino at all times. I can imagine. Seems like everyone's talking about dry these days, though. Are your eye? Was it really amazing? It was. I didn't expect the recent annexation by everybody, but everything looked fine to me. Has offices, entertainment district, and all the people I saw were thoroughly enjoying themselves. I go as far to say they're happy to be under the Imperial government's control. I don't know if I'd go that far. Oh? The little bird told me Chancellor Espen was the one behind the annexation in the first place. Also told me used some pretty forceful tactics to get them to agree. And of course, most of the taxation takes a brand new detour straight in the Imperial government's pockets. Which says he made the annexation happen just to fed in his pocketbook. But paying taxes is a citizen's duty. It's only natural they do so now that they're under various protection, right? It's like this is a pretty complicated issue. Okay. Fine. Oh shit, I didn't save. Oh well. Wow. I like when it gives you this, like the panoramic view, because then I don't have to like show it as much. Do soldiers always do that when they just cross each other, or that's just like a respect, like hello, like the equivalent of saying hello? I understand like when they greet each other, they do it. You know, like how people do a bow out of respect or whatever. I have like a pimple right here, driving me insane. Can't believe the size of this place. It fucking hurts though. I don't know too much when students from doors. If you look around all you like, try to stay away. We're incredibly busy at the moment. You don't say. So you don't mind asking you to make your way to the corridor over there instead of hanging around. Understood. Thank you very much. Let's head over there. There we go. I found everybody else. Hi guys. Guys, are you okay? I'm just kind of shocked by how different the atmosphere here is from Zundergate. Well, it's a major military base right on the border of Crossbell. Never meant to be quite this big, though. This places such departments under gate that can help with this is the same military. Although perhaps this is the true face of the Imperial Army. Excuse me. This fortress is very different and oversized, and that's ignoring the excessive display of military power. Imagine that posturing is meant to show the Crucian Provincial Army that they could crush them on a whim. I forget this place probably means to you and your family. I suppose. While I don't agree with my father's actions, I can't say I'm proud of this fortress' presence either. In fact, I find it hard to believe that anyone could sleep peaceably near a fortress like this. Because they can't. Hi, William. Oh, I guess you can't see from here after all. You want to see it from where railroad guns are, but they get mad if I get too close to them. What are you up to now, William? You know, like huge rocket star where they're holding a trade conference? Trying to get a good view of that. Oh yeah, they mentioned the PR Chronicle and on the radio. You actually see it from all the way up here? That'd be incredible. Would I ever lie to you? Oh, I wish I could have known the ground instead of being stuck on some stupid field study. Why did you join Class 7 then? Speaking of which, they're going to be holding the keynote session there tomorrow. What will they be talking about during it? Most people think it's just so they can decide on finance rules and stuff for Weston Zemuria. But it's really going to end up being about who Crossbell belongs to. Then I'm guessing I should get Crossbell to become part of Erebania. Seriously? First is going to be there too, so probably just try to shake everybody up a bit. Unbelievable. Toad's there too though, so here's hoping things go well. I guess I'm going to just go back inside. Okay, I went through a loading screen. Bulletins from all Thor students that preparation for this military exercise are not complete. Please assemble that here immediately. Your transport is standing by. I repeat. That's Instructor Nightheart. This would pass more quickly than I thought. So just making my way towards the hangar. Maybe I'll run the others on my way. Maybe. Board the armor cars and set up towards the proving grounds. Dude, it's terrifying that people just like just smash themselves in this little thing that's literally like has a big chance of just being blown up on the field. Man, it sucks that we can't just like live in peace, you know. So the armor cars were narrow and cramped, and the smell of machine oil hung in the musty air. The car shook and rattled over uneven ground, tumbling around like an iron coffin on wheels. Eventually, after enduring 10 minutes of jaw-rattling travel, able to even peek outside the scenery, finally arrived at Gurley Forge's military proving grounds. Oh, they just do shit outside? Interesting. Also, like, this makes the gates look so, like, small, but you'd have to think that the tank is huge and this go higher, so, like, in real time, like, that shit's huge, and then even bigger by the walls. Wow, exciting main battle tanks. I plenty of older models. Take out there too. It looks like they have airships here. Oh yeah, look, the ones we saw Nord. Welcome. Oh. They had to make sure you knew it was Dad. You gotta put that orange hair in there. So that's Elliot's dad. I don't see the family resemblance. Looks like they have made the jump from father to son though. Pardon, Lieutenant General. Very good, Nightheart. Instructor Valstein, I believe. Pleased to meet you. It's hard to make your acquaintance, Lieutenant General Keg. I extend my deepest thanks for agreeing to cooperate with us with the Academy's curriculum today. Think nothing of it. Many of these fine youngsters may one day hold positions by the Imperial Army after all. Besides, I owe a lot to General Van Dyke. Ah, and these must be? What a piercing stare. So this is Craig the Red. Elliot, my boy, it's so good to see you again. Huh? Aww. Must be. Have you been since I last saw you? How have you been? That's a sharp-looking uniform you got too. See the photos, but it looks even better on you in person. Dad, come on. Oh, you've got a long way to go if you want to find some real muscle. There's a part of me that hopes you'll stay my little cherub forever. It's your man of Bavonia. The man I promise you strong, stout, and ready for action. It's for your own good as a man that held back my tears and enrolled you in the military academy. Dad, I can't breathe. I feel like everything Emma told him was a lie. There does seem to be some differences from the stories. You kidding me? He's like a cool guy. What delightful commanding officer you have there, Major? Words fail me. Dad, knock it off! I'll tell Fiona. Moving right along. Lieutenant General Olaf Craig. I'm Lieutenant General Olaf Craig, Commander of the Army's Division's 4th Armored Division. I've been entrusted with the role of overseeing today's joint military exercise. Pleased to make your acquaintance. Likewise, sir. It's a pleasure, sir. I want to have a good dad, Elliot. Believe me, I feel it in the bones. Now, the brief rundown of what will be happening. These exercises consist of a simulated battle conducted by 2 of our armored divisions. Armored regiments at the formation center. Infantry, armored cars, and airships will work in tandem, using their maneuverability to the fullest to obliterate the targets. Our targets today will be using previous model tanks that have been decommissioned from service. Autopilot functionality will allow them to evade and return fire, but they've only been armed with paint bullets. However, all other regiments taking part in the exercise have been equipped with live ammunition. So you intend to actually destroy the other tanks? Ah, it would be hardly be a live fire exercise as we didn't. The current time is 1400 hours, right on schedule. Now begins today's joint military exercise. Armored Divisions 4 and 5 commence combat operations. Glory to the Empire and the Imperial Army. Begin. Yes, sir. 5th Division. Armored Regiment will advance first. Armored Car Regiment and Infantry Regiment follow their lead. 4th Armored Division. Armored Regiment and Infantry Regiment advance together. Armored Car Regiment deployed to the left and right. God, you're really going to make me narrate all this. Please don't make me do it. Insane. I mean, there's so many questions I feel like they I don't know shit about like military, how that shit works and whatnot. It's always just interesting because it's like you know, it's like 4th Armored Division. Like, is there a bunch of armored divisions within this base? Is that a thing? Because then it will say, like, people will say that, but they'll mean different bases. Is there, like, this base is this? Like, I don't understand, like, what is 4th Division? What is that? Wow. Certainly potent. This is the kind of firepower it takes to fight a modern war. These are those tanks are called Oxanes. Yeah, they're a main battle tank the Rainford Company developed 2 years ago. See the spec sheets, seeing their power percent tells you what numbers and decimal points don't. Might be the strongest heavy tanks on the continent. Yeah, the army's got a couple hundred of those in the wings, huh? Kinda crazy. Try fighting like this head on, you won't stand a chance. That's true for our nation as it is for others. I just can't get used to this. Just suddenly after the fighting's not telling you start shaking. I don't think that's something you should get used to. I mean, if the sound of guns and warfare ever start bothering you, I'd be worried. I mean, it's another kind of strength. Weird. Thus the military exercise came to an end. The 4th Division, led by Lieutenant General Craig, was due to an encampment near the fortress. Meanwhile, returned to the fortress where Major Nightheart outlined the results of the training exercise. After that, what if I wanted to watch them get paintballs on them? Deprive me of neon tanks. It might have just been like probably white or black. Or just whatever color didn't stand against them. It would be funny if they were all just filled with different colors, though. You could do, like, the ships, like the flying crafts, and then the tanks or something else. Sorry you had to wait for us to finish. Don't worry about it. We're the guests here, after all. Thanks for your consideration. At the very least, I'd say dinner's a month better than lunch was. It's hash beef day. That's the Imperial Army tradition, isn't it? Oh, just does not make me hungry. Oh, yeah, where'd your instructor go? Should we look her? I was hoping to get a chance to talk to her. She's the Watch Commander with Instructor Nightheart. She did ask us to eat without her tonight. Alright, well, she's with Major Nightheart. How to compete with those guys from the 4th Armored Division. It'd be enough they had Craig the Red, but they've got the Major too, and he's kind of scary. Like a division of musclemen. Anyway, we shouldn't keep you tied up any longer. Hash beef's gonna get cold. See you tomorrow, guys. It literally looks like the plate is like this big. Like watermelon size. It's like this deep. It's like night and day compared to what we had for lunch. You're telling me. Oh, come on, guys. What's all gloomy faces? Think you guys might have had a bit too rosy an outlook? We expect to see out here. Sure, you understand at least a little of how we feel. It's like everything we've learned in our time at the academy has been for nothing. Academics, the arts, individual skill in combat. No one's matter in the slightest in real warfare, do they? It's true. If you're looking at do this fight or war, you don't need any of those. When you use plenty of troops at your command, at least nice weaponry and overwhelming firepower. So you know the tactics to use them well and strategy that employs them effectively, I suppose. Galaxy's even more proud and respected than you too. Remember when they're boasting about their capabilities when she was trying to sell them to its army 2 years ago, but to be honest, I'm feeling somewhat disheartened as well. Can't see there being a place for swords in the battlefield with weapons like those in the front line. Well, I don't think the individual consequence doesn't matter at all. Still, I think maybe I've misunderstanding something important this whole time. We saw the military exercise today was powered in its purest form. It has no morality of its own. It exists to bring about a result regardless of the ideals or principles of those who wield it. That's true. In a sense, the same could be said about a sword or a gun. And also I found something as huge as Guerrilla's radar guns, too. I think I finally showed you unless to watch that military exercise in the first place. They could tell us in a less roundabout fashion. Well, it looks like you didn't wait for me to start the party. I think that's all to say that, like, whatever weapon you use, I'm guessing if they're going to get at that with whatever weapon you use, it matters. It does matter, like, who controls it, if you have enough power, if you believe in it enough. Shit like that. So you spoke with the commander? Sure did. Got an up-to-date info on the trade conference, too. As well as the latest on the terrorists. So there's new information about the Imperial Liberation Front. Anyway, if you forget that, let me explain what you'll be doing tomorrow. In the morning, scheduled to participate in the Imperial Army's physical fitness training. In the afternoon, you'll be attending a special lecture while I bring up to speed on info I just mentioned. After that, you'll be granted a special mission to view the railway guns. I see. Looking forward to that. Sounds like a pretty packed schedule. Well, we did bring all that here, so might as well make the most of it. Ammunition possesses power in the form of military, whether that military is large or small. Rail fighters have that power in a very striking, easy to understand form. Since the military academy, you have an obligation to know the scale of that power. The Empire very abundant wields it at present. Power you might want to be in charge of yourselves. What? Anyway, even me alone couldn't keep me away from trying the famous hash beef rice, which is the only decent food to have around here, so I've been looking forward to this all day. We should probably finish eating. Yeah, it's kind of a bit cold now. Maybe I'll go and ask for seconds. Ooh, useless, if you don't want the rest, can I have it? Sort of throw it away, then give it to you. These are all the tanks in that storage space. Okay, here we go. This is what I was looking for earlier. I didn't remember it was a cutscene. Okay, that should do it. Alright, that covers today's quota. If you're looking for a nice long bath. I never time there's military exercise coming up. The workload gets pretty crazy like this. Still, at least managing inventory's got a lot easier things than Orbital Net. Got everything hooked up on the network over in Crossbell, right? Wish I'd better get on that a bit more. Think of the utility. Well, from the sound, we need special equipment to send signals through a wired connection to make use of it. Considering the size of the Empire, it's planning to be quite a while before it's a widespread thing here. Huh? Orbital looks like it's from HQ. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. This right here is the problem with the Orbital Net. Those things off hours, they can just send you orders around the clock. Oh, what's going on? So get this, they're planning to do some extra exercise tomorrow. You gotta offer 20 oxygens to C units by tomorrow. 20! Seriously? I was starving another pot of coffee. I'm waiting for an all-nighter for sure. Do we even know that many C units left? I should know that came by freight just this evening. Exactly 20 if you can believe it. Okay, so I just have to get it done. Crap, at least let's take a shower. Can I mess on, grab some snacks? You want anything? What, baby? Got the cat scrams. Okay, I'll save. Continue. The next day. Tuesday, innit? Another look at the fortress. We need like a Trails theme park. You could do the Michiland. But then like have other stuff to it, like maybe just a portion of it's Michiland. Because like, doesn't Disney kind of do that where it's like area of the whatever like movie it is? Excuse me. At last, after seeming like enough adventure to fill a week, we reached the final day of our field study. Over across the state, they were busy preparing today's keynote session of the trade conference. Spent the morning running through Imperial Army's physical fitness program alongside some of the soldiers. After completing it, no easy task, I might add, we sat down to a lukewarm redux of yesterday's lunch. That afternoon, during a special military science lecture, we presented with a confidential report on the terrorists. You're fine. You're literally fine. Relation friends in Crossbell? That's right, at least that's what the intelligence division believes. There's like a known terrorist organization from the cover Republic has started up from Crossbell too. The situation is pretty touch and go right now. Oh no. What are authorities doing? Everything they can, naturally. However, operations are being handled solely by intelligence division. They refuse to Imperial Army anything, just that they have a trusted ally taking care of things. But who's in the intelligence division can trust? You got nothing with us, right, Shortstack? Well, I do, But I can't really tell you anything. Guess when I preach it confidentially, tell you there's a really strong bunch, though. That's still pretty vague. Got a few ideas. Anyway, so much fun I was worrying about that right now. The big issue... Oh, it was the fucking, Jaegers. The big issue is that our terrorists of the hour, the Imperial Repression, are a bigger crew than we thought. We're gonna have to be in possession of a state-of-the-art military airship, at least. Seriously? An airship. Can we see reference to the manufacturer, then? Correct. Just as something large found its way in the hands of insurgents is currently unknown. It seems to be a high-speed model, different from the heavily armored type favored by the Imperial Army. Based from the RF-26 series, there are a number of different models within that series, though. If they have an airship, then it's going to be a whole lot more difficult to catch, doesn't it? That's exactly what it means. It's basically impossible to keep tabs on them as it is. When they ship in their possession, there's nothing when or where they'll pop up next. Okay. It's quite worrying, especially since Prince Oliver is attending the conference. And Toes and Crossbell right now, too. Yeah. Damn, now you got me worrying. Oh, take it easy. I'm thinking to worry about with Gramps and Lecter over there. Well, that aside, if Terra's attention is currently focused on Crossbell, does that mean the Empire is effectively safe right now? Raise a good point, Laura. The target Prince is off during the summer festival last month. It's supposed to be just a feint. Maybe they want us to leave the target in the Chancellor. I really thought so, too, which is why they think there's a security level here at home. The Empire and everyone else connected to the Imperial family should be safe. They've also vetoed security anywhere that seems short-handed. As well as prepared as ever, I see. At any rate, you finally uncovered some information on the terrorist identities, correct? That's right, though. What's it going to be the Intelligence Division to thank for that? Will you turn your attention to the screen, please? I know that face, G. That's the man who kidnapped Princess Elfin and Elise in Heimdall. Not to mention he tried to start a war covered in the North Highlands. So, who is he? His full name is Michael Gideon. He used to be an assistant professor in the Imperial Army Academy in Heimdall. That man a teacher? So an academic. Right, his book is political philosophy. 2 years ago, he was dismissed from his due to the intense criticism of Chancellor Arbon's hardline policies. Oh. So getting led us on the road to terrorism? Well, it sounds like the action was goes because he was handing out tracts and flyers in public. He's kind of idealist at heart of most terrorist groups, though. In seating a group with their core ideology, they twist it to be more militant and radical. Can't even reason with them either. Yeah, they just don't know when to give up. Sounds like some other groups I know. So, do anything with the others? We crossed paths with what I can only assume were 3 other key members last month in Heimdall. Yes, C, V, and C. It seems like they haven't taken much on those 3 yet. Struggles right now is that V may have belonged to a Jaeger Corps. V is... That's the guy in the middle. Because he also said that's my still feed, which means that he does recognize her. He was sitting on his machine gun. It looked like it had been mounted on a vehicle. Did he seem a little familiar to you, V? Not really. He literally called her out, though, so he's got to be familiar now. Maybe she's just not recognizing. We're working on the identity of S2, but still make any informed statements. The real unknown is the leader C. Ah, the one in the visor's helmet. I heard he was able to give toe-to-toe with Reen, Lauren, Peace, and Sabatosi. I almost find that hard to believe. I don't. I imagine there are plenty of people in the Empire who could do so. Goes without saying that Radiant Blaster commanded of 3 of us without much of a problem. But I bet good mirror Instructor Sarah Major Nightheart could do it too. I can't say for certain. Look at Mr. Modesty over here. Sorry, I gotta pick up this food bowl so I don't forget. Okay. The Major is widely held to be one of the strongest up-and-coming officers in the entire army. I've heard people mention him right alongside Major Vander. Looking a little thick today, aren't we? Going by the family name, seems safe to assume he's practitioner of the Vander style of swordsmanship. That's not a relative of Lieutenant General Vander from Zendergate. Well, to question whether I could stand on equal footing with him, Major Vander is unquestionably strong. He was my classmate during my military academies and quite close to Prince Oliver as well. In fact, he's in Crossbell right now, serving as the prince's bodyguard. Whoa. That's reassuring to know. But getting back to the point, it's not just C. We know very little about the group as a whole. Even their source of funding is a mystery, so even if there are no show on Crossbell, I doubt we heard the last of them. Quite a coincidence of fate, but you put the kibosh on their schemes twice now. I'm telling us they come to hold a personal grudge against you, so be careful. Alright. Yeah, well, be sure to keep that in mind. Eventually, the afternoon series of special lectures came to an end. It was finally time to get a peek at Gorilla Forge's infamous railway guns. Excuse me. Bro, it's already been an hour just talking of, like, doing cutscene shit. Now be shown to the area where the railway guns are housed. All device is highly classified. I presume you're aware the protocols surrounding confidential intel. Yes, Instructor. I'm getting kind of nervous. Me too. Guys, just the railway guns. See before. They're nothing to get all excited over. Alright, this is what I feel today is mandatory for you. If you have to stand away for us, that'd be more than okay. Jeez, I'm kidding. I don't want to be the only one left behind. Honestly. Excuse me a moment. This is Nightheart speaking. Yes, hello, Commander Walter. Wait, Mila wants to speak to me. Of course, put him through. Would you possibly be calling a time like... What? What's happening? Huh, thinking conference master of the fortress on Arcus? Sure looks that way. There should be an alert here as well. Rest, right, take care out there. Did something happen in Crossbell? I'm afraid so. Sure, while ago, the skyscraper where the conference was taking place came under attack by the Imperial Liberation Front. Attack was carried out via airship. Fortunately, they were able to repel the terrorists, and Prince Oliver, Chancellor Osborne, and the others are unharmed. However, it's too early to tell if the danger is truly past. How did they attack that conference? I'm foolish. But that's not all, is it? Something else strange happened. What was it? Terrorists were suddenly able to gain access to Orbinet and manipulate the shutters that partitioned the building. Furthermore, they had with them a force of mechanical monsters. I don't like the sound of that. Found something like that on the ground, right? Hey, we're on the highway there. And they've broken into the Orbinet. Major, how much Gorilla Fortress connected to the network? Presence only used for inventory and equipment management by the maintenance staff. What is that? A tremor. Came right below us. Below, the hangar. What the hell? Dog stains. What happened here? They just started moving. The ones inside, they just started moving on their own. Did the unit start malfunctioning? No, they couldn't have. What's a C unit? It's an automatic control unit for the vehicles that are going to establish targets and military exercises. Or how do C units are attached to the most advanced tanks? This is really bad. Oh. Goodness, this situation. Need you here to help fight the fires and assist the injured maintenance staff. Yes, sir. Please be careful out there. Bonk. Dude. So that's why those units came in? Ugh. This is crazy. Hold on a minute. Are our control systems really capable of that level of advanced maneuvering? No, they're definitely not. Current technology isn't capable of anything nearly this advanced. But if you were to apply the tech used in the archaisms, something becomes a whole lot more possible. Chocho, are you saying that the study might be involved in this? I'd say it's looking more likely by the minute. What are they? This is proving how we was yesterday out that way. What are they planning? I don't think running by foot we're going to catch up to those bitches. I mean, to be fair, I don't know how fast tanks can really go, but... What is going on here? Why are tanks roving around flashing out of the base on their own? Well, since the last night, headquarters sent order to the engineers to fit those tanks as units. Preposterous, I mean, no such order. But never mind, then. Right now we need to focus on extinguishing the fires and quelling the confusion. Send our assistance to the 4th Armored Division. Ugh. What should we do? Can't see us being able to catch up with them without a horse at the very least. What's their goal? What are they trying to accomplish here? Whatever it is, they definitely have some kind of game plan. We can't just stand aside and do nothing. Lose to us. Isn't that... Dad? Dude, man's so flexing by standing on a tank with his crossed arms like that. Division. General. Ajo's apprised me of the situation. Leave these rogue tanks to us. Can't rule out the possibility of the diversion. I want you all to stay here. Understood, sir. Thank you, General. Careful, Dad. You too, Elliot. Follow Division advance. Take out those out-of-control tanks by any means necessary. Phones are unmanned. There's no need to hold back. Yes, General. See you, Craig. Alright, that's really something else, Elliot. I bet he is pretty cool when he takes charge like that. Well, it seems we no longer need to worry about those tanks, at least. What are they after? That's the question of the hour, isn't it? Can't let our guard down just yet. I suggest we fly to the fortress, Major. If we didn't move after resist level of damage inside. Hey, aren't those... What in the... I need to clean my monitor so bad. It's so dirty. Feel the wish in front. Whoa, there's 2 of them. There's no way you're gonna know they're in the first lying in wait. Ah, the hangar. Damn. And on both roofs.
Do they seriously think they could breach an impregnable fortress?
They're just terrorists. Wipe them out. Right back at you.
This is so... Oof. think I don't know, I'm being shot maybe we've been fucking clocked in the face.
Alright, let's get this party started then. We're headed straight for the left railway gun. If anyone gets in our way, fill them full of holes. Yeah!
Yeah.
What's the Imperial Liberation Front doing here?
I thought they were in Crossbell.
Well, that is the main attraction.
How are the guns going off?
They sure didn't.
Or are
put
those
much
guys
of a
shooting
fight,
them?
did they?
I thought their guns were going off on the floor and I was like, that's bad. That's really bad.
Our mission is to support Comrade G over in Crossbell. Our target is the right railway gun.
They both have that thing. He had it on his arm. I think his is more of a band, but that bitch is like, maybe it was tattooed on him. But hers like tattooed on.
Let's show him some
Can't really
beautiful
read it.
fireworks, shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh. Go for the left and right wing. Shit. It's the railway guns after. No. You gonna fire them with the train towers to the trenches? If a shot from one of those railway guns hit the building, it'd blow the place to smithereens. That's what they're after? Situation's escalated far beyond the scope of your field study. I want you to stand by here. No way! Can't just stand idle while these insurgents run amok. If you won't take us with you, then we'll take action ourselves. Look, time's one lecture we don't have. I think it's best to have them help us. Listen up, we're going back to the fortress. Groups A and B, you're with me. Let's do this. I like how you say groups A and B. Just like class 7. Accepting counter 1204. 831. He's an edge of the Bony Empire. I know where we are. Yellow Fortress military training ground. Uh-huh. Are we getting it? Or are we losing?
It's no use. We can't even scratch them. What's happening? Who's in control of those things? Get in touch with the 4th Armored Division. We need backup from Lieutenant General Craig.
Is it just like what's happening in the battlefield while we're running inside, I'm guessing? Yo, what is you doing sitting outside that? That's insane. There we go. Ugh.
This is awful. What happened here?
How terrible.
I can smell smoke. Are they using gunpowder?
They've completely blindsided us. It appears that everything else they've done today was to serve as a decoy, even making the tanks go haywire.
Right. It looks like their real target was the railway guns all along, which means they must be serious about targeting that trade conference in Crossbell City.
They wouldn't. How low can they possibly sink?
So, they're intent on taking the Chancellor's head after all.
Resorting to such wanton violence? This is absolutely outrageous.
This does look kind of bad.
Understatement of the year.
Please, let us help. We don't know if reinforcements are on the way, and it doesn't look like we have much
I remember
time
this was a
left.
really hard fight. Like the final boss of this.
We have to stop them before they can activate the railway guns.
Reen's right.
I don't know how much we can really do, but considering the alternative, we have to try.
Right. Not about to let those terrorists have their way.
Looks like any attempt to convince you otherwise would fall on deaf ears. All right. Reen, you and the rest of Group A are with me. Group B, you'll be under the command of Major Neidhart.
One group will secure the gun in the right wing. The other group will secure the left. This is an actual combat situation, with real lives at stake.
We'll
I
get it.
expect the best from each of you.
We
Yes,
good.
sir. All right, Class 7. Our objective is to stop the activation.
This is
of
from the
railway
prologue,
guns.
the very intro dungeon. It's this.
We've learned a lot at the academy. It's time to put that knowledge to the test.
Understood.
Here's our join the party. What she's ascended active battlefield, the member support, members increased to 3. Okay, we kind of went through it before. Can I go back out here? No. Okay. So yeah, it looks like we can... Well, that has a save, a little savey save, so, sorry. I'm good, though. Oh, shit, I didn't change them. Whatever, doesn't matter.
Here they come.
Archism.
They look just like that thing we fought during our field study.
Mechanical monstrosities.
Save the talking for later. We need to take these things out.
Got it.
Let's get it.
Here they come.
Got him. Dude, I remember the first time I went through Guerrilla Fortress, all of it was hard. All of it was so difficult. Like, every part of it.
It seems a large number of them are on the loose inside the fortress. I'm guessing that's what got the soldiers we just saw, too.
Seems so. They definitely look more like orbally powered archaisms than monsters.
Interesting.
So these are archaisms.
Are you certain, Instructor?
Yeah, they're a kind of autonomous weapon made by a rather unsavory group. And a real pain to deal with, too. We need to hurry, but keep your wits about you.
Understood.
Okay, whenever it talks, I'll show more of it, but I mean, it's just gonna be basically like this. Just hallways of this, and we can go into like certain, like, doors and shit, but yeah, it's just default, so. Kind of fun to walk around as Sarah, so that's what I'm doing. Anyways, maybe you guys will, remember this part. Here we are.
Where are we?
This must be Gorelia Canyon. You can see Crossbell State on the other side.
There!
That's so insane. It's crazy to think that they invaded in a stronghold of this size, and then just went straight to the railguns of mass destruction.
The railway guns.
And they're just gonna blow Crossbell. I mean, they're trying to blow Orca's tower because the Chancellor's in it, but well, they think the Chancellor's in it. The Chancellor isn't in it.
They sure are.
Actually, was the Chancellor in here? I keep saying he wasn't, but he wasn't sitting there. But didn't we see him in another time? But I don't remember him being there at all when the, no, maybe he was. Oh, he was actually. I'm just saying shit. I thought he wasn't there, but actually, in recollection, I think he was.
Damn.
But I think he,
How did
like,
they
left
manage to get them
early or
prepped so
something.
fast?
I don't know.
Don't tell me they're just gonna let him rip without even setting a target.
Instructor!
I love watching them all pull out their weapons.
Are these control unit archaisms?
Well, they're certainly not shy about bringing out the big guns.
Ugh, we don't have time for this. We need to take these things out fast.
Right there with you.
Let's send these cretins to the scrap heap.
Let's go, Lemmy!
This got hurt. You're dead. Yep.
Evil will fall.
I did just S-break them with every character, so they'd follow easier. This dungeon's actually hard. I remember it being really hard the first time, and it's still hard this time.
A
It's funny
self-destruct
though.
mechanism. Does their cowardice know no bounds?
It's funny because Sarah is level 55 and we're all level like 63, except for like a few of them are 59, but
We're
it's
running
just
out of
funny.
time. I'm gonna go on ahead. Follow me as soon as you're sure it's safe to.
I get like wanting to kill a Chancellor, but to blow up the whole tower with the power of every like with the power like the head of every single country is actually insane. Not including all the other people who live there.
Railway guns.
No, no, no!
No. Don't.
Dude, when I first saw this, it scared the shit out of me.
What? They didn't launch anything.
Oh, maybe the first bullet in each of the railway guns is a blank to prevent firing accidents.
What?
They do that?
Sure seems that way. And now
Hey,
that they fired once, it's gonna take
yeah,
some time
and
before
it
they're ready
saved
to
their
fire
asses.
again.
Putting that blank in there
Then if
saved
we
a
can reach
crossbow
them
from being
before
fucking obliterated.
Yeah. There's no way we're going to let them get off a second shot.
Oh, it makes me nervous just listening to it. Whew, boy. Isn't this cool, though? Look at the canyon. Fucking crazy. Yes, Sunkiss? She's like, man, she's crazy, isn't it? Alright. Let's get it. Let's stop these railguns from killing Crossbell.
There's one of them.
So these are the railway guns.
It's gigantic.
And they intend to turn this on a city full of hundreds of thousands
Yep.
of innocent people.
See, okay, I'm not gonna say I'm obviously for terrorist causes, but like sometimes you can understand like why people do the things they do. Like especially when it comes to this, because the Chancellor's annexing countries and like killing people, like destroying the city to annex it, and like, you know, just horrible shit. And so you can understand why people hate him, but it still doesn't give you the right to do the same. Also, that's one thing is like, it doesn't give you the right. Like, so you watched your town blow up, so what you're gonna do is blow up their town? Like that morally makes no sense to me. Keep it to the Chancellor. You want to kill him? Got it. You want to fuck up his military? That's, you know, they're kind of part of that. But you just blow up all of Crossbell over it? Ridiculous.
Enough from you. We need to take them down as quickly as possible.
I gotta scan these
welcome
hoes.
all challengers.
My turn.
I'm not even gonna lie, those are the like strongest soldiers I've ever fought in this game. Not Crossbell, like pretty much any soldiers ever.
No.
This isn't the first time I've crossed swords with the Imperial Liberation Front.
They don't seem really strong, just really obstinate.
What would push them to go this far?
We can discuss that later.
Right. We need to stop the railway gun first.
I'm googling it.
Get back.
Stubbornly refusing to change one's opinion. Yeah, so basically they're just like dedicated. That's not determined. Dedicated. Very dedicated.
It would have been smarter to stay away, S.
I'm impressed you saw me coming, Purple Lightning. I see the rumors about you weren't just trumped up
I'm gonna
stories.
not look at. I'm gonna not look at it.
I love a good compliment, but getting one from a terrorist just doesn't put a spring in my step. Still, I suppose
Yeah.
the fact you're here means the other ringleaders must be over at the other gun.
V certainly is.
Uh-huh.
As for Gideon,
I remember she was really
I'm
hard.
sorry to say he lost his life in Crossbell a short while ago.
No, it does say.
What?
He did?
Hey, he was dedicated to the cause.
I just received a call about it a few minutes ago. Apparently, he was killed by a real top-rate Jaeger Corps hired by your friend, the Blood and Iron Chancellor. Poor guy. I heard it was practically a massacre.
What a terrible way to go.
Well, Gramps isn't exactly known for his bountiful sense of mercy.
Oh, we know
You
Milliam.
don't want to die like a dog. Don't run around snapping your fangs at everyone.
That's also a good point, Eustace. I get down with that.
You keep talking like this has nothing to do with you, but I take it you've got no intention of beating a retreat.
I'm also low-key with, like, these people aren't going to stop staying with the society unless you kill them, so, like, arresting them is kind of stupid.
It sounds like you've got the railway gun set to automatic firing mode, too.
I was wondering what that sound was.
It was loading another round!
Oh, I was hoping you'd miss it in all your babbling. It's got, 10 minutes or so to go.
Conniving witch.
You can let us past, or we're going to force our way through. Your choice.
Careful. She's a dangerous one to tangle with.
Nah, that should be nonchalant. Thought we'd step by her. You know, she's only infiltrated this base and fucked us
And
up.
she's hiding something.
Right again.
Damn!
Ugh, those
Giant
things.
archaisms!
Ooh, just my color, too. For borrowed muscle, I've really taken a liking to them.
Scarlet. Makes sense, because she's red.
Gideon might have fallen, but it's not too late. To send the Chancellor to join him on his way to Gehenna!
How about you go instead?
Crossbell's counting on us. Strike with everything you've got.
Let's rock!
Dude, to think that, like, Lloyd doesn't know what's happening, obviously. They're dealing with, the SSS is dealing with what's happening in Orcus Tower. And to think that, like, they don't know that the railguns are pointed at them. and they're about to get fucking obliterated, and all this rests on the all this rests on a bunch of students from class 7. Actually insane. Get down, ho.
No.
Look, I'm with you, girlfriend. Fuck the Chancellor. Someone should probably take his ass out. But, like, let's not blow up all Crossbell. My other family's back there, the SSS. I love them bitches. I mean, not that Kie won't just rewrite time again. But, you know.
Systems deactivated.
Oh, thank goodness.
Ah, you got me.
Dude, look at that sword.
Shouldn't have expected any less from the ace of the 4th Armored Division. Or from Sylphid. The rest of you weren't half bad either.
I'm still so confused. Why? Like, if he doesn't say anything about it, even though he says it out loud, like, she's like, I don't recognize him. Why does he recognize me? I mean, obviously, like, it's if you run in the Air Corps, maybe you will. But she doesn't ever comment on it.
I can't believe you could take on this many of us at once.
You are one tough old bear.
Neidhart here. We've regained control of the left railway gun.
And we got the right.
And we've deactivated the right wing's railway gun over here. Good work.
We did it.
Oh, thank goodness.
My. You can hardly call our crossing paths coincidence at this point. Oh well, no matter. Everything played out just like C said it would, both here and in Crossbell.
What are you talking about?
Comrade S.
What? How can they still move?
We'd completely incapacitated them.
Go, Comrade S. Regroup with Comrades C and V and bring the hammer down once and for all.
That's the plan. Well, I'll catch you all in the great beyond.
What? No!
She wouldn't.
No, she wouldn't.
Damn.
Just shoot the rope down, guys. You can aim pretty well otherwise, can't you? You know what'd be really cool? This is so stupid, but they have shotguns and other dumb shit. It'd be really cool if someone had like a boomerang. Because that bitch uses a bow.
My name is Seath, leader of the Imperial Liberation Front. Allow me to extend my congratulations. You did well, fending off our two-pronged attack here and in Crossbell. But you would be foolish to assume this is the end of it.
We never assumed it was the end of it. You didn't kill the Chancellor, so it's not the end.
How can this be?
So this is the Imperial Liberation Front. They're even more brazen than I'd heard.
Olaf's voice is really weird, I think.
So C was here after all.
Who is he anyway? What's he hiding? Even the intelligence division's drawing a blank trying to gather info on him.
At least this time we managed to capture some of them alive. And they will talk.
It took poison.
What the hell? Is this poison?
What?
This is bad. Looks like these guys all swallowed neurotoxin capsules. I don't think we're gonna be able to save them.
I don't think I'm gonna be able to say them, as they're literally... Look at the blood, sir.
I doubt it'll work, but I'm gonna try to neutralize the poison. Emma,
You just carry this shit on you?
any herbs you think might help? Give me a hand here.
Bro, there's so much blood on the floor.
Do you think they'll pull through?
Not sure. I'd give them 50-50 maybe.
Even if we can keep them alive, there's no guarantee they'll regain consciousness.
Why? Why would they go this far? These are the kinds of people we're dealing with.
With some quick thinking, hard fighting, and a little luck, we were able to stop a potentially devastating terrorist attack in its tracks. But with the political climate as it was, this incident, overshadowed by the crisis in Crossbell, was never made public. In the days that followed, we still felt shaken. Our eyes newly opened to the dangers facing our homeland, both outside and within.
Oh, that's the end of this chapter.
Drinks are on me! Some...
Cool. S.
Perfect! You guys are the best!
Thank you. Let's go. Gotta wrap this chapter up, baby. So like 2 weeks later, looks like.
Half a month after the incident at Corellia Fortress, a sense of lingering unease still hung over the Empire. The government increased patrols by the Railway Military Police as part of their counter-terrorism measures, while the Noble faction bolstered their provincial armies. There were even rumors that they'd hired several Jaeger Corps. At the center of everything was the Imperial Liberation Front. They had allied with a terrorist group from the Republic of Calvert to attack the trade conference in Crossbell, and as we'd seen firsthand, had attacked Corellia Fortress in an attempt to fire the 2 railway guns stationed there. They'd made it abundantly clear that they were no mere insurgents. These were dangerous people we were dealing with. And following their attempts to target Chancellor Osborne and the Reformist faction, rumors started to spread of a possible connection between the Imperial Liberation Front and the Noble faction itself.
Because if the Chancellor dies, then they can...
Meanwhile,
oh, shit.
New information was filtering in from Crossbell that surprised us all. During the conference, one of the representatives of Crossbell's state government made the daring declaration that Crossbell would soon declare its independence, breaking free from its neighbors Calvert and Erebonia. To no one's surprise, both the Imperial government and the Noble faction dismissed it as nothing more than delusional raving. But one thing was clear. That declaration only served to increase the tension in Erebonia and across the continent.
I know something already because at the end of Azure, there's a spoiler for I think Cold Steel 2. I marked it in the end of the Azure videos that this would be a spoiler, so I'm not going to say it. I will keep that to myself. I'm not going to remark on it, but if you did see the spoiler, then like, you know, you can have our own thoughts on that.
On a cool, clear autumn day, the Academy's prestigious board of directors gathered for their first meeting of the year.
Oh. That looks like Mueller. I think it is. He looks weird 3D like that. He looks so strange. That bitch should be like bigger. I'm guessing it is Mueller because Sharon's outside with... Yeah, Olivier's here. Yeah, that's what I thought. Mueller needs to be more buff, bro. I feel like they did him dirty toning him down like that. I bet Mueller's a bad bitch. That does crazy damage.
It seems the Academy is running like a well-oiled machine. No administrative issues to speak of. Student performance is sitting comfortably above the national average on exams and on general aptitude tests.
Well, I'm sure you know your son is a high achiever.
The second-year students seem to be having a banner year as well. The Student Council president, in particular, has built up an outstanding array of extracurricular achievements.
Well, she attended last month's trade conference, and from what I hear, she put the professional secretaries to shame.
Go Toa!
I only wish the conference could have ended on a more positive note.
I'll say, the share prices of my company have been on a real roller coaster ride ever since.
Undoubtedly. What happened at the trade conference has wreaked havoc on the economy as a whole. But moving on.
Yeah.
I couldn't help but notice in the recent exam reports that Class 1 and 2's academic performance seems to be slipping.
Sounds like not my problem.
Perhaps the preferential treatment given to the upper class students is hindering their scholastic development?
Well, students belonging to the nobility are allowed to return home during August to learn more about their family's land. It's a tradition here, but one I can't help but wonder if we've outgrown the need for in this modern age.
If I may, traditions accumulate and hold meaning only so long as they're preserved.
It's kind of hard to tell Rufus' stance. He cares about uses. I'm sure it's because his brother, he knows that the house doesn't care for him as much. But Rufus also seems to stand with nobility, and I'm kind of like, on that.
Our nation's culture, its arts, its social classes, all are rich with tradition that makes Erebonia what it is. And I believe we have a duty to protect and uphold them. After all, does not this very institution champion the ideals of its founder, Emperor Drykles?
How do we know that's what they were doing, though?
Indeed it does. Though I've always understood Drykles' intent to be the founding of an academy for the people. Even 200 years ago, when education was seen as the province of the nobility, male commoners were permitted to enroll. Today, we have plenty of young women attending, and the commoners easily outnumber the nobles on campus. Perhaps it's time we started taking strides to realize Emperor Drykles' true ideal.
They're so calm. I couldn't do this shit.
Under a few misconceptions here.
Although,
Commoners
that's how you
were
get into
permitted
it.
to attend, but only as retainers. Retainers served knights, who served lords, who served the emperor. That's the way the Erebonian society functioned.
Functioned. Past tense.
From that vantage, the structure of the academy in its earlier days certainly seems to have embodied that social order. And if that's so, what is there to suggest that it's not the social order itself that has become the aberration?
Well, for one, if that were the case, it would be far easier for me to see my views put into practice. But I can hardly get a word in edgewise between you two. Well, I'd certainly enjoy a return to the way things were in Drykles' time, at least in that particular respect.
Our apologies, Your Highness.
Well, our role here is to consider your views and work toward implementing them.
See what I mean? Would you be so kind as to help me out here, Principal?
I'm here to moderate this board. It wouldn't do for me to express my position on the issues at hand. That said, I'm sure your passion for reform will triumph in the end, Your Highness.
I suppose I should have known better than to look to my old teacher for sympathy.
Oh, I didn't know that.
It warms my heart to see such a fine teacher-student relationship.
You know, I have to say though, I'm sure Rufus isn't as bad as we think.
If I may, I'd like to
Same with
steer
her.
this discussion toward a rather timely topic.
Dude, she's so aged. It's unreal.
We've already touched on the issues regarding the Orbal Net and the Orbal Staves, but
I'm not calling them. Does that mean stabs? Is that how you pronounce that?
I'd like to stress again that the adoption of new security measures for the Orbal
I
Net should
agree.
be a top priority.
Well, I'm certainly inclined to agree.
I'm sure Olivier's like, yeah, after we got fucking trapped
We'll
there.
have to rely on the Foundation directly, as things are looking a little shaky with the IBC.
You can leave that to me. The other matter I'd like to review is the use of the Orbal Staves
I'm not calling
and
them
the
staves,
Arcus
guys.
units. Or more specifically, we need to talk about how Class 7 should operate from here on out. Setting aside the fact that my daughter is a member of Class 7, I think we need to reconsider how the class should be run, in light of what happened at Gorelia Fortress. While it certainly proved an excellent chance to see what the Arcus units are capable of, I have serious doubts about whether we should carry on with these field studies, given the current political climate.
It would be difficult to do so, I admit. With the terrorists at large and the problems in Crossbell unresolved, these are uncertain.
At the very least, I believe it may be in the class's best interest to cancel this month's field study. We could always resume them once the terrorists have been arrested and the situation in Crossbell calms down.
Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. I'm sure you all recognize the words of Emperor Drykles. They become something of a school motto here. It's
Hello,
my
Olivier.
belief that Class 7's actions at Gorelia Fortress perfectly embody the spirit of that directive. They stood together to stop a tragedy in the making, and, in a sense, protected the foundation of our world. No one ordered them to do it. They took action of their own free will, because they knew in their hearts what was right. Some might call it recklessness. Some may think it rash. Some may even venture to call it hubris. However, as chairman of this academy, I'm incredibly proud
I
of
hate
what the
the
brave
painting.
young men and women of Class 7 achieved.
Your Highness.
He's feeling inspired after everything that happened in the sky.
Troubled times may lay in store for Erebonia, and for the entire continent in the months and years to come. But I believe that makes something like Class 7's field studies all the more significant. The experiences they're having now will help them find the strength.
Sorry, I keep yawning.
And the
Ugh.
I
Through
can't be
adversity.
the only one who feels this way, can I?
They do seem to be showing remarkable growth. That much is true. Although I have no idea how much my daughter is really capable of. immature as she is.
I could say the same of my hothead of a son.
I do wonder about my brother sometimes. However, it does seem that enrolling at this academy has helped him start breaking out of his shell.
With the Academy Festival coming next month, we hadn't even planned a field study. So the issue at hand is just whether to hold a field study at the end of this month or not. I'd like to ask those in favor of going ahead with this month's field study to please raise their hands.
Dude, do you think he's just like bulked up? Because his shirt like kind of like does this weird pattern in it. So like it kind of makes you think that he's just like muscle. You know, like how bodybuilders got like, you know? I'm not into that shit. 6th period special homeroom.
All right, I'd like to begin by taking everyone's ideas for our class's part in the school festival.
This is so fun. I love this. 127th Military Academy Festival.
The festival will run for 2 days next month, the 23rd and the 24th. Equipment setup and the other preparatory work will begin in the afternoon 2 days before the start of the festival. But there's a lot of preparation needed before we get to that point, and the sooner we get that underway, the better.
That's all the more reason to figure out what exactly we want to do. Some of our options include displays, events, stage shows, and cafes. Does that sound right, Crow?
Yeah, though no class I know would settle for just some simple display. I mean, come on, no one ever said, boy, we better rush to get in the line for that display.
Well,
That's
either
true.
way, I'd like to start by soliciting some ideas from all of you. We're just brainstorming right now, so feel free to say whatever comes to mind.
Not in William's eyes. Crow's not even thinking.
Would it kill you all to give just a
Oh my
teensy
God,
bit of
yeah, that's so good.
cooperation?
I must be so tired. I stayed up way too late last night.
It's kind of hard to focus right now.
You're one to talk, standing up there with your nervous fidgeting.
Well, I can't say I'm surprised.
The board of directors is in session as we speak, deciding what'll happen to our class.
And those of us with family members who sit on that board probably have even more cause for concern.
You can say that again. We can't even be sure whether there'll be a field study this month.
That's about the long and short of it. With everything that happened during last month's field study,
Yeah.
it honestly wouldn't surprise me if they just canceled it.
I can't say I have any particular feelings of attachment to our field studies, but I refuse to accept needless changes to our curriculum.
That means he does care.
Especially with my brother involved in the decision-making process.
Yeah, I can see what you mean.
Makes sense to me.
We also have to account for the fact that going on our field study means that much less
true,
time
Emma.
to prepare for the festival. So, as you can see, it presents a bit of a problem.
Man, look at you guys taking this all seriously.
I probably should have asked a little earlier, but what's this festival you guys keep talking about?
Wait, seriously?
Oh, I'm sorry. I should have gone over that for your benefit.
Every year, the students here organize and put on a school-wide festival. There are stage events, food stalls, and all kinds of things to see and do. And it generally falls to each of the first-year classes to provide the main attractions.
Yeah, participating is optional for the second years, since by this point they're usually focusing on their future careers. Oh, and each of the clubs generally get involved too.
Huh, that sounds fun. In that case, we have to do something. We can't just let the other classes roll over us because we're small. You say that, but I've already had one of the girls from Class 1 bluster up to me declaring that this time victory will be all ours.
What?
It must have been Ferris.
Yep, definitely Ferris.
That sounds exactly like something she'd say.
Well, Class 1 does seem to have had it in for us ever since the midterm results were announced.
If it's all the same, I'd rather not see the House of High Arms claim yet another nominal victory. But we need to account for the fact that our class is markedly smaller than theirs.
That's certainly true.
It'd help if we at least knew what the other classes are doing.
It kind of seems like everyone's having trouble staying focused.
Come on, everyone, get it together.
Instructor Sarah?
Isn't this a self-study period?
Oh, it was. But I thought you all might like to know that the Board of Directors meeting just adjourned a few minutes ago. So I decided to skip along down here and be the first to break the news.
then...
What about our next field study? Are we still on?
The Chancellor's not the only one with way too much iron in his blood, because the board voted unanimously to have you continue your field studies.
Yay!
You mean it?
So that's how it is.
You know, even though they're always hard work,
Aw.
I actually feel a little relieved.
Considering all that happened last month, we'll need to be especially careful this time around.
Still, it feels like our field studies are a big part of who we are as a class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of a pain, but oh well.
We should be grateful to His Highness and the Director.
That's good news.
Seeing the hard road and the easy road, then picking the hard one anyway. That's youth for you.
It also sounded like His Highness and the directors will be taking off in pretty short order. So I'll let you guys out of study hall early to go see them if you want.
Oh.
If you say so.
I think I'll take you up on that.
I'm gonna say bye to everybody. Ow. Please keep talking for me. I don't want to talk right now. I think I'm gonna be getting through this today, at least some of it. Like, look how small Mueller looks. This is done him dirty. Done him dirty. Mother, dead. Magia, I didn't get a chance to talk with you since the summer festival. Sounds like you were quite the heroes at Guerrilla Fortress. Come on, don't tease us. We first admit that we acted rashly, but in the end, I have no regrets. Glad to hear it. It's good to see you again. Likewise. You may feel so far behind us now. You have questions, no? It's written all over your face. I do. You were in Legram, weren't you? To meet Dukayan? Correct. I was hoping to have time to greet you and your classmates too. But I imagine you would rather he not take too close an interest in you. Excuse me. You imagine, right? Still, I'm concerned. What is the House of Alberia playing at? I'm not just us. What are the four great houses and the rest of the noble faction trying to accomplish? You ask like there's a simple answer. Four great houses aren't as united in opinion as you might think. Even with individual families, there can be disagreements. You know that I differ with father on several issues. Rather than worrying about their positions, I suggest giving some thought to your own, as a member of the family. I'm surprised you actually managed to make it here. I was expecting a business negotiation to crop up just in the nick of time, like it always does. Time is something you make, not something you find. A little more so if you're in a position of responsibility. Lady Lisa's quite the multitasker herself. You should see her. She has no trouble bouncing her time between her studies, training, club activities, and hobbies. Of course she doesn't. This way she wasn't able to manage at least that much. You need to start using your time more creatively, Lisa, instead of simply doing what's required of you. It's not the real guns like Grelio, you know. That's what those oxygens are capable of. I can understand why grandfather regrets even making them. Do you honestly feel that necessary? Are you really okay with that? I think the fact you seem to have to ask me that means that deep down you've realized that they're both necessities of the era we live in. Well, the business about it is not only that. Stop relying on them so much. Observe for yourself and draw your own conclusions. That's what someone who's truly independent would do, anyway.
Still, I wasn't expecting to find myself indebted to you again so soon. Without your intervention, the Chancellor and I would have met our maker in Crossbell.
Yeah, I guess he was there. I thought he wasn't, but I think I'm thinking of another time. I think I'm thinking of something Zero.
We're just relieved you're all okay, Your Highness.
Indeed. I'm glad you were able to focus on making a positive contribution at the conference.
I wish I could tell you that's exactly what I did.
Oh shit. I almost spilled my allergens everywhere.
I could scarcely find a place to chime in once the Chancellor and the Republic's president got going.
Ain't that the truth?
Though the mayor of Crossbell managed to dumbfound even them.
Nah, he's a little unwell. You know.
I presume you're referring to his proposal for Crossbell's independence?
Oh, shit goes crazy.
Hard to believe it could actually happen.
Well, as long as both Erebonia and Calvin
I do wonder.
refuse to accept it, the likelihood of it actually happening is incredibly
I'm
low.
actually really excited to see what happens, because, like, you know, in, I can't, like I said, Azure and Jiro, I can't remember which time, but, you know, in the Crossbell arc, when they, fucking obliterated Grellia Fortress off, well, like that real ones, Grellia Fortress with the fucking mech things. I'm really interested to see what's happening in Erebonia's side, and, like, because they also said that everybody got evacuated during that or some shit, so it just makes me wonder, like, what is Class 7 doing?
Still,
If it is
they're
class
planning to hold a
it probably
referendum on
is.
the issue to see if the population
I did
is in
see
favor of it.
there's like it seems like there's a lot of different people though in the Crossbell 3 and 4. Like I said, I try not to look at it, but you know when you go to wishlist it, maybe I'll see like one of the pictures for it. But I don't look at it at all.
There'll
So
be
no
plenty
spoilers,
more
guys.
chances for disputes to break out over the issue.
Well, neither of them want to lose all that sweet tax revenue from Crossbell. Half of it flows into the
Yep.
provinces too, so like, fat chance the noble faction's gonna take that lying down.
Milliam.
I mean it's true. She just spitting facts.
I swear, this kid has all the delicacy of a rock to the face.
So you're Milliam, are you? Your name seems to have come up with increasing frequency lately. I was hoping for a chance to see the famous Eric Gettlam in action.
Oh, don't worry, she'll pull it out.
Oh, sure thing. Come on, Lamb!
Whoa there. Cool your jets.
I'm not sure this is the best place to call out Eric Gettlam. Just a hunch.
Lame.
Objection overruled.
That could have gotten messy.
Honestly, it would save us all a lot of trouble if you could just refrain from saying whatever pops into your mind, too.
That's his voice?
Lame.
Oh, who might you be?
No. No.
Say, are
I do
you
not
the
like that.
Vander family? The one who serves as the prince's bodyguard?
Yeah, it's Mueller, baby.
Oh, did Neidhart mention me?
I don't know. I feel like they did Mueller dirty here.
I'm Mueller Vander of the 7th Armored Division. I was with the prince at the conference in Crossbell, so I
I
know your dad
hate
as well.
his voice. Oh.
Glad to be able to thank you personally.
The honor is ours, sir.
It's an honor to meet a member of the esteemed Vander family.
Ah, so you're the Radiant Blade Master's daughter. And you must
Why
be a
is he so?
practitioner of the
You are
Eight
the
League's
Radiant
One
Blade
Blade
Master's
stuff.
daughter. Why does he sound like that?
I'm always happy to meet fellow students of the sword.
I know Mueller is kind of like uptight and stuff like that, so like I guess I get
And
it, but
you
still.
must be the young man from Nord who my uncle wrote a reference for.
Yes, that would be me. I owe a lot to Lieutenant General Vander.
It
This
sounds
is the
like
problem
he's in your debt as well.
about not
Everything
having
that
it
happened
from
in
the start.
Nord a few months ago.
Is that it's like reading a book and then watching the movie and you're like, what the fuck? What is this character?
Well, you all seem like dependable young men and women.
I want to
Perhaps the
hear
prince's
like
idea
a
had
Gate
some
and
merit to it
Tita
after
talk.
all.
Like when I see them again, oh my god, I need to hear those voices.
See? What did I tell you? And it's not just Class 7 either. The whole academy seems so full of life. Perhaps I should take this opportunity to break down social barriers by getting to know all of them in the
Okay,
academy's
Olivier,
pool.
stop it.
If you really want to work up a sweat, I'd be glad to let you run back to Heimdall. If you kept up a good sprint, I'll bet you could even make it in a couple hours.
You'd actually make me do it, too. Cruelty. My name is Mueller.
It's like their hearts practically beat.
It's like, where is the dramaticism? Like, I need Olivier to be like, you know, like, I don't know. I feel like they like toned. I don't know. From like reading the text, he feels so toned down.
That's certainly one way to look at it. I wonder how long they've known
They're
each
definitely besties. They're like soulmates, but not in the romantic way, you know. I mean, they could be. I don't give a fuck. Although I think Olivier and Cher have a thing, or like I don't know. People like fan art, and like and it seems like they do. He like seeing her and stuff like that. I don't know. Excuse me.
Well then, I bid you all a fond farewell. I hope we have the chance to meet again
I want to
soon.
hear Wazy's voice too. I want to hear everybody's voice. It's just there's certain people I'm like, what do you sound like? I mean, honestly, I want to hear everyone. Kevin better have this like chill voice, or I swear. Dude, this is gonna be like 2 hours long, and it's just gonna be cutscenes. That's it. I'll have released in a couple days at the end of the month, and then that much less time to prepare. And no matter how much we brainstorm, we couldn't think of any really compelling ideas our small class could pull off. Eventually, I'm sorry, I skipped the rest of that. Jeez, can't believe we're another week already. But hey, this is perfect weather for a weekend out in the town. Hope you'll enjoy your free day tomorrow. Especially since you got another practical exam coming up next Wednesday. Oh, you couldn't just start off with, have a good weekend, could you? Just when we instructor there, she didn't throw in a little dash of torment. And then we have this must-fail study coming up at the end of next week, right? Yep, just like we've been planning. We made a few changes to the original itinerary, but nothing major. Tell you all about where we're heading after the practical exam, so until then, keep on guessing. Yeah, you don't make it some sort of dramatic revelation. Oh, my headphones are falling off. Sorry. Well, I have this, like... Okay. I put this, like, cotton thing over it so it wouldn't sit in my ear so hard. But now it's, like, moving around. Whatever. I need to make, like, a better, like, solution to this. She always does, though. Ooh, can't wait to find out where we're going this time. Oh, and by the way, you guys really need to figure out what you're doing for the festival next month. First years have to participate, so if you can't think of anything, you'll be showing your field study reports instead. What? That's certainly my first choice. Or even my fifth. Anyway, that's right for homeroom. So do honors, Miss Class President? Yes, instructor. There's a train in the background, so I can hear that. Stand, bow. Well, I'm sure she's joking about putting our field study reports on display, I hope. Either way, we need to figure out what we're doing about start next week. That sounds wise, especially considering we have a practical exam on Wednesday and our field study next weekend. If that's how things stand, we should make it our goal to at least have some solid ideas by the end of tomorrow. We also need to check out what the other classes are planning. If we ended up doing something that was already being done, we'd seem totally redundant. Yeah, we should split up and start gathering some info. Remember, we need to find something that'll work with the number of people we've got. Yeah, how the heck is it more than double the manpower we do easily? And they also have some pretty grandiose aspirations at that. No good is relying on numbers. Museums be full of our work produced by committee. There must be some sort of action that can turn our lesson numbers to our advantage. Yeah, the question is what? If we had an easy answer, we've been spending all this time worrying over it. Getting kind of pumped! Well, little inter-class competition never hurt anyone. In fact, might spice things up a bit. Dude, why is my... I cannot put this up. Okay, that's the end of Chapter 5. So, thank you guys so much for watching. All of my socials... my schedule is posted down below, as well as all the guides I've been using. And my shows are linked to my bio, so you can follow me on pretty much any platform. Thank you all so much for watching yet again, and I do hope to see you in the next video or over on my Twitch channel. Okay, bye!